Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Kate and today we're going to make these watercolor and ink bookmarks. Let's get started. Today I'm going to be working with 4 pieces of 140-pound cold press watercolor paper that I cut into bookmark size, as well as a large round paintbrush and a black ink pen, some watercolor paint, and then maybe a white gel pen at the end. We'll see. You'll also need some notebook paper and a pencil if you want to transfer your sketch over to your watercolor paper like I'm going to do. I will have all of the specific paint colors and supplies I'm using listed over on my blog if you would like to check that out. I'll have a link in the description box below. I began my bookmark by filling up the majority of it with clean water. I left the edges dry and just tried to make a random shape with my water for my paint to fill out into. Then I took my 2 purple paint mixtures, one light and one dark, and I began painting in loose shapes on my bookmark. I wanted all of the colors to blend together, but for the most part I was just being random about where I put my paint, and I just kind of went with it, and I went with what I thought looked good at the end. This is just a great watercolor exercise that is fun and simple, and it just gives you some great experience with your water-paint ratio as well as using different colors together. I repeated this same process with all 4 bookmarks. I am going to speed up my painting process so that you guys can quickly see me paint each pattern on the bookmarks. Once my bookmarks were completely dry, I took my floral sketch and added charcoal to the back of the page and then transferred it over onto my bookmark by tracing the picture using a stylus, but a pen or a pencil will work exactly the same way. I really like transferring my sketches over onto my watercolor paper because I don't have to worry about making mistakes and having to erase my pencil marks, which in the end just ruins my watercolor paper or it ruins the paint that I've already placed on the watercolor paper. With this basic sketch on my watercolor bookmark, I used my black ink pen to trace over what I just transferred and add the final details to the sketch. This flower is made up of a semicircle for the center and then long, thin, and loose oval shapes for the flower petals. To give it detail, I added thin, quick lines to the edges of the flower petals to give it structure and shadowing. Leave me a comment letting me know if you would like to see full tutorials on how I drew out my flowers. Lastly, I signed my name at the bottom of the bookmark because this is an original watercolor painting. Again, I am going to speed up my painting and drawing process for you to see me complete the other bookmarks. And there you have 4 watercolor and ink floral bookmarks. All of these bookmarks will be for sale over on my Etsy shop. I will have a link in the description box below. Thanks so much for following along. Here are a few more watercolor tutorials you may also like.